Now I'm about to demonstrate an attack. During your combat phase, you may make one attack per each character you control. Now in this game, you do not attack the other player, but you may attack their business, equipment, or other assets. Now over here, we actually have an opponent's network, which is a business which is guarded by a founder as well as a Nost acolyte. Now supposing I want to make an attack using the Corp Advisor. Now the Corp Advisor has 2 IQ, which of course is higher than Elitis' 1 IQ. Now, what will happen if combat were to resolve? I select the trait which I am attacking with. My attacker is the Corp Advisor. I select 2 IQ and I turn this card upside down, commencing the attack. Now the defender does not need to engage or turn upside down. However, in this case, if the attack resolves, the Corp Advisor has 2 IQ, whereas Elitis only has 1 IQ. Now she has the option to retaliate. That means hit back with 2 IQ to the attacker. Now she'll be attacked with 2, she'll attack back with 1, the Corp Advisor will survive, and Elitis will be defeated. Unless, of course, the player chooses to block. Now you may block with cards adjacent to the card being attacked. In this case, the defender can choose to block with the Nost acolyte, which has 1 IQ. Now, if this card is defeated in combat, it goes into the open market pile, otherwise known as the discard pile. Now, the top card of every open market pile can be bought by other players during the buy phase. Resolving multiple attacks is easy. Attacks are resolved one by one, and the attacker gets to choose which attack occurs in which sequence. In this example, we are going to make an attack with 2 characters. First, I choose the attacker, the Corp Advisor, and I choose the trait in which he's attacking with. Let's say I want to attack with BQ. Next, I'm going to choose my target. Now in this instance, I'm going to choose to attack the Nost acolyte. Now the Nost acolyte only has 1 point of BQ. To commence the attack, I turn the attacker upside down, otherwise known as engaging. My defender chooses to block with Elitis, the Nost prophet. Now she has 2 points of BQ. Now what happens is that the blocker replaces the defender in combat. So in this respect, my Corp Advisor ends up attacking Elitis. Now the player who controls Elitis can choose to retaliate. That means deal the same traits, in this case BQ, which is green, back to the defender, to the attacker. Now, Elitis has 2 points of BQ, which is higher than the Corp Advisor's 1 point. What happens is that the Corp Advisor is defeated in combat and discarded. Now, as the attacker, I could still make an additional attack with the Glass Man, or I can choose to pass the combat phase. I could, however, choose a different trait to attack with. Supposing I were to choose to attack using the IQ trait, which is blue. I select my attacker, the Glass Man, and I select my target, which would be Elitis, who has only 1 IQ. Now, as the attacker, I would know that the defender cannot block with his business because the business is engaged, it is upside down, and is unable to block. And of course, if the attacker blocks with the Nost acolyte, the Nost acolyte will similarly be defeated in combat because it only has 1 IQ. Additionally, Elitis can no longer retaliate because it already retaliated once this turn. Now, if I'm the defender, the smartest move would be to block with the Nost acolyte. So the attack commences. I turn the Glass Man upside down, initiating the attack with IQ, 3 points of IQ, and the defender chooses to block with the Nost acolyte, which is discarded. If the defender had chosen to block with Elitis, not to block with the Nost acolyte, he will not only lose Elitis, but because the acolyte is now orphaned, it will be discarded at the end of the turn as well.